The war in Ukraine has entered a new phase, a phase no longer slow like the first 2 years, a phase where the map shifts faster than anyone expected. And everything escalated again when a simple clip appeared on social media. A short video showing Russian infantry walking calmly past the iconic entrance monument in western Pokrovsk. A tall stele painted in blue and yellow, a long-standing symbol of Ukrainian territory. But the scene is different now. No Ukrainian troops, no Ukrainian vehicles, no sign of resistance, only Russian soldiers, moving with a steady rhythm, as if they were walking through a place they had controlled for years. That single clip sparked a global conversation. How did Russian forces advance this far? How did Ukraine's strongest defensive line in western Donetsk break again? And what does this mean for the wider battlefield? Let's break it down, calmly and professionally, without exaggeration, and with measured appreciation for the effectiveness Russia is showing on the ground today. Pokrovsk, also known as Krasnoarmysk in Russian, has always been one of Ukraine's most important cities in western Donetsk. It is a logistical hub, a transport intersection, a tactical command center, a fortified point that was never supposed to fall. But the circulating video tells another story. Russian troops did not just approach the city. They entered it. They walked through the western gate, and they moved calmly, with no visible Ukrainian presence around them. This is not just a short clip. It is a symbol of change, a visual indicator that Ukraine's defensive network in this sector is cracking. Analysts are calling it an operational collapse, a gradual breakdown not caused by one massive attack, but by constant pressure from multiple directions. Russia is not moving with a single strike. Russia is moving with waves. A unit advances. Another applies pressure. Artillery seals off routes. Drones mark every position. This is the new rhythm of the war. For months, Russia has been using a different operational pattern. They no longer focus on one major axis. They attack from many smaller sectors at the same time, in Kupiansk, in Chasiv Yar, in Toretsk, in Osheretine, and now in Pokrovsk. This multi-directional pressure is overwhelming Ukraine's defense. Whenever they reinforce one sector, another sector collapses. Whenever they rotate troops to one point, a gap opens elsewhere. Russia is exploiting these gaps with precision. FPV drones work non-stop. Artillery remains active day and night, and their logistics network stays intact despite the long war. This is Russia's biggest advantage today: sustained operational tempo. A tempo that does not slow down, a tempo that forces Ukraine to defend constantly, without rest. Many global analysts are now recognizing an uncomfortable truth. Russia is not running out of ammunition, not running out of drones, not running out of artillery, not running out of vehicles. Russia's military industry is operating 24 hours a day. Ammunition factories, drone factories, armored vehicle lines, rocket and missile production. Every week, OSINT reports show the same thing. New drones, new artillery variants, new missile systems, constant flow of equipment heading to the front. Meanwhile, Ukraine faces serious challenges. Ukraine relies almost entirely on Western support. When support slows down, the front slows down. When support is delayed, the front collapses. This is the core difference between the two sides. Russia produces its own war machine. Ukraine waits for deliveries. In a long war, this difference becomes decisive. Even though NATO and Western allies have sent massive aid to Ukraine, the world now sees a clear reality. That aid has not stopped Russia. Not the artillery advance, not the drone waves, not the steady territorial gains. To be clear, NATO is not fighting directly. Western countries only provide support, and that support is not always aligned with battlefield needs. But the outcome on the ground is difficult to ignore. Russia holds more territory today. Territory that is strategically critical. Territory once considered impossible for Russia to reach. This creates a major reputational impact. It shows that Russia is not only enduring the war, it is gaining momentum in it. For YouTube's safety standards, we need to explain Ukraine's situation in balanced terms. Ukraine has not lost the war. There is no surrender, no treaty, no formal concession of territory. But Ukraine is under enormous pressure, losing fortified cities, losing supply routes, losing experienced brigades that have been in combat too long. This is the reality of a prolonged war, a reality that forces Ukraine to defend under continuous strain. If there is one word to describe the current phase, it is momentum. Russia has reached its strongest momentum since the conflict began. Their operations flow smoothly. Their troop reserves are sufficient. Their equipment production is stable, and their front line keeps pushing westward. Pokrovsk is the symbol of that momentum, not just because the city is important, but because its fall suggests that Russia's campaign is entering a faster, more flexible, and more effective stage. This war is not over. There is no final chapter yet, no agreed resolution. But the events in Pokrovsk and the calm movement of Russian infantry through that symbolic gate have opened a new chapter. A chapter where Russia demonstrates sustained operational strength. A chapter where Ukraine must adapt to increasing pressure. A chapter where the world must reconsider old assumptions. The question now is simple, yet vital. Will this momentum continue? Will Russia maintain this rapid advance? And how far will the map change in the coming months? We will follow it closely, with calm analysis, with a professional approach, and with an understanding that every development is part of a much larger story. Thank you for watching. Support this channel so we can keep delivering balanced and insightful analysis. See you in the next briefing.